Okay, so what is Passagio and why do we need it? Is it a real thing or is it an illusion? Some people say it doesn't exist, some people say it does. Either way, we have to address it. So, Passagio basically is a bridge between head voice dominant coordination and chest voice dominant coordination, or the other way if you prefer. Yeah. So, let's just take the scale A, B, C sharp, D, E. We could just sing it straight through the chest. And that'd be fine if we didn't need to go any higher. But if we want to go higher in the voice, we have to start adjusting these notes. On that scale, certainly from the C sharp. So how do we do that? Well, start with the A on a nice full R sound. Ah. With the B, change it to OR. Ah. The C sharp is also an OR, but you need to let it go more into the head. Feels a little bit like a sigh. Yeah? So you don't want to go, you don't want to force the chest up there. So it gives that heady sensation. Yeah? The advantage of doing it that way is you can sing softly or loudly. If you just do it's very hard to change the dynamics. Whereas you can do it nicely and soft or loudly if you want. Yeah, and that's the beauty of Passagio. Some people say it's a difficult place to sing, but actually it's a great place to sing because you can go from very quiet to very loud. And that is, in a way, what's happening there. In the Passagio, you can sing in a very soft head-voice dominant coordination, or falsetto dominant coordination if you want to use that term, or crico-thyroid dominant coordination if you want to use the scientific term. Or you can use thyro-arytenoid dominant coordination. You can sing in a Passagio there. You can't sing like that higher, but if you wish, you can use the very full thyro-dominant coordination, chest voice domination. But we want to have the flexibility. So we want to be able to do soft or loud. Okay, so to summarize, when we go into this Passagio basically is the middle C, C sharp, D, E flat, E. With the tenor voice, there's something else going on, F, F sharp, and G, but it's not strictly Passagio because once you're at the F, you're in head voice dominant coordination, falsetto dominant coordination, crico-thyroid dominant coordination. Yeah, in the Passagio, you're not fully over into that. You can make the soft sound there, which it will be crico-thyroid dominant, but you don't have to. The F, that's where you have to change. That's where, if you take the thyro-arytenoid dominant coordination up there, you get into difficulty. You can do it. But eventually, usually A or B flat, you come to grief. So you know, it's not advisable to take that big thyro-arytenoid dominant coordination up to those high notes. Yeah. So we want to, by the E, to be ready flip over to the F, where we lose that chest dominant coordination. So, you want to be able to sing an F pianissimo, yeah? Until you can sing an F pianissimo, don't try to sing forte because you just use the chest voice coordination, yeah? So you want the F quietly to start with. You can then make it louder, but it's different to going That's too much thyro-arytenoid, but is with the crico-thyroid dominance applied to it, or the falsetto dominance, or the head voice dominance. However you want to describe these notes, it's not an issue. We don't have to argue over the description. But something at F has to happen. So that is not Passagio anymore, the F. People say F, F sharp. G is a Passagio for a tenor. It's not. What it is with the tenor voice, and we'll cover this in another video, is the beginnings of the high voice. And there is a little change between G and G sharp, and we'll come to that later. But it's not strictly Passagio. You could call it an extended Passaggio. Like you could say the B and the B flat is an extended Passaggio down. And let me just point out every voice, bass, baritone, tenor, alto, mezzo, soprano, all 6 voices have the same Passaggio. Yeah? There's no lower Passaggios, there's no lower, Passaggio points, lower points, higher points. That's not right, yeah? Every voice has chest voice and head voice, or chest voice and falsetto voice. Thyro-arytenoid dominance, crico-thyroid dominance, yeah? Doesn't matter whether you're male, female, bass, tenor, soprano, whatever, yeah? It's just a fact. A voice changes from chest coordination, these notes below middle C. All voices have notes below middle C. Even the highest soprano has chest in these notes below middle C. And you need to work them and practice them. And it's there where you need to get rid of that chest voice in time to hit the F. Yeah? And especially for the soprano, it's especially important. Yeah? Because if you don't do it as a soprano, when you get to the next C, high up, the tenor high C, my high C, you sort of encounter a second Passaggio, which it isn't. There's no second Passaggio for the female voice. It's just that if you don't get the first Passaggio right, or the only Passaggio, let's say, right, when you get to the higher C, it feels like you have another Passaggio. But if you get the first Passaggio, or the only Passaggio correct, then at that high C you'll enter your true head voice, if you like, and it'll just be plain sailing from that. Honestly, it's so easy for a soprano to sing C and above, yeah? If you get this middle octave right, which includes these 5 notes from middle C. Okay, so let's just summarize that. So we don't want to go we want to get rid of all that chest in time for the F, where the proper change happens to head voice. Yeah? So okay, I'd just like to point out, while we're on this subject, that really, to get the Passaggio right like that, takes quite a lot of work. And you need to start by breaking your registers off. You need to find your pure falsetto register. Whatever voice you're singing, you need to find pure falsetto. And there's another video which will show you how to do that. But just briefly, let me just show you how to do that. So if you're having difficult finding the falsetto in your voice, take your chest as high as you can until you can't do any further. And hopefully, theoretically, you should break into falsetto at that point. So I'll just show you how I do it. Easier with an arpeggio. So let's do F. That's fairly easy to stay in chest there. Round about the A flat, it gets hard. yeah? And that's really where your chest voice wants to give up. But it needs to happen naturally. It needs to happen in a way that you break, yeah? Don't be afraid of that break. Everyone's afraid of the break. They want to try and get rid of it as quick as possible. Don't. Establish your break. Find your pure falsetto, because that is going to help you to get your passaggio working correctly. Because if your falsetto isn't free, you're going to get grip there. You're going to get some constriction. You want to be able to sort of go to falsetto there. Ideally. Because the head voice comes out of the falsetto. Yeah? So the reason I find it easy to do my passaggio is because there's so much falsetto there built up. You have to really, when you do this, you need to practice those falsetto notes, especially in the passaggio. They'll be very weak. There won't be any power there, but you need to practice them, because when you're singing pure falsetto there, you're isolating the crico-thyroid muscles and strengthening, stretching. It's not about strengthening, it's about stretching. We want these muscles stretched as tight, as long as you can. Yeah? So then when you add thyro-arytenoid tension to it, the chords are fully stretched and they'll be able to sing the correct pitches. If they're not fully stretched, you're going to be singing flat, because you try and put too much thyro-arytenoid in there. But if you get the falsetto, it'll help you to create the stretch and make that nice, rich, dark tone. The Scuro from the chiaro Scuro comes from the falsetto. Yeah. Do your best owl impression. Okay, I'll leave that there because I've done a separate video about breaking off the falsetto. But just to point out that if you're struggling, if you can't do if you can't get that sound in full voice, yeah, then you need to go to the other video and work on your falsetto. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, just to summarize then, the passaggio is the area where you get ready to sing the F. The F there. So you should be able to sing these F, F sharp and G in that pianissimo, really small, tiny sound. It's not falsetto anymore. It's falsetto. It's like a sigh. It's like, oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, and that's very difficult to do if you have no falsetto development. The falsetto has to be so strongly developed for you to be able to get into that. Okay, so we'll cover the F, F sharp and G in another video. And then eventually we'll have a look at the A flat, A flat, B flat, or A flat, A, B flat, and the B. Yeah, the C, you'll be surprised to hear, is very easy. It's a very easy note for the tenor. Once you've separated off your falsetto, it's very easy to find the high C. Yeah, it's a very easy note to sing actually. But the F up to the B, hey, that's tricky. Yeah, that takes a lot of work. So we'll look at that later. But for now, we're just talking about passaggio. So just one final summary. Start off in chest on the A. You can as chest as you like there. But once you hit the B, you have to modify the vowel sound. You don't go oh no, throaty, yeah? Still chest, but modified to O, C sharp, is an O but in head, more head dominant. So each note higher. You're eliminating chest, going more heady, until you're able then you're able to sing the F. And we won't talk about the next notes because that's a different subject altogether. Okay, so any questions, just put in the comments and I'll try to get back to that. Okay, thank you. Goodbye.